Arcadian Vanguard presents the Wrestling News in your daily wrestling newscast for Saturday, October 18th, 2025. Good morning, I'm Mike Sempervive. We begin today with Smackdown, broadcast live last night on USA Network from the SAP Center in San Jose, California. In the impromptu main event, a street clothes wearing Cody Rhodes was disqualified in a match against Drew McIntyre when he smashed McIntyre in the face with the WWE Championship belt. The two men continued to brawl after the match until being pulled apart by security to end the show.
Drew again dropped by Rhodes.
The American Nightmare holds the high ground. Cody Rhodes once more. This score is far from settled.
Listen to this place. Cody Rhodes didn't back down 1 inch. He brought the fight right to Drew McIntyre.
McIntyre had been originally slated to wrestle Jacob Fatu in a match to determine the number one contender to Rhodes' title, as was first announced by Rhodes in a promo at the top of the show. But Fatu was jumped backstage by an unknown assailant and left laying in an angle believed to be engineered to write Fatu off television due to injury. Ilya Dragunov made his return to action after a year away from the ring, capturing the United States Championship from Sami Zayn in 19 minutes and 21 seconds.
The United States Champion lining it up.
Oh, Torpedo Moscow! Is that going to be it? Right back up. Boom with an H-bomb. Dragunov into the cover. And Dragunov dethrones Zayn. Wow.
Here is your winner
And new United States champion, Ilya Dragunov! I know I've said it. Wow. But Graves, what a match.
Zayn's original open challenge opponent looked to be The Miz, but instead The Miz was jumped on the entrance ramp by Carmelo Hayes before he could make it to the ring. NXT's Zarya and Sol Ruca made an appearance to challenge for the Women's Tag Team Championship following defeat to Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, partially due to a distraction from Blake Monroe, who was seated at ringside. In other results, the Motor City Machine Guns beat Los Garza. In injury news, World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins is looking to be out of action for quite some time. Rollins is scheduled for shoulder surgery, which could put him on the shelf well into next year, according to Wrestling Observer Radio, with a strong possibility that he might be sidelined for WrestleMania. So far, there's been no word on what WWE plans to do about the status of the world title, but a decision is expected soon. In news from outside the ring, AEW's Dax Harwood is another wrestler currently dealing with a stalker. Harwood released a statement yesterday to social media revealing that a stalker has been targeting him and his family for quite some time. Said Harwood, quote, "Unfortunately, over the last year and a half, myself, my mom, and now my wife have all been either stalked, threatened, or verbally attacked by an individual on Instagram. AEW and I will be working with authorities to put this matter to rest. They know your name, who you are, and where you live. Please be fans, but leave it at that. I try to be as polite as I can to people waiting in hotels and airports, and even ignore the ones who hate me. However, when you bring my family into it, we have to draw the line," end quote. In other WWE news, the company has revealed the plans for its annual holiday tour. The 2025 tour is scheduled to include 10 house show dates beginning on December 26 at the CFG Bank Arena in Baltimore and ending on January 4th at the Total Mortgage Arena in Bridgeport. Other stops along the way include 2 shows on December 27th at the Benchmark International Arena in Tampa and the PPG Paints Arena in Pittsburgh, as well as the December 28th show at both the ViStar Veterans Memorial Coliseum in Jacksonville, Florida, and the Blue Cross Arena in Rochester, New York. December 30th has 2 scheduled events, the Hertz Arena in Fort Myers, Florida, and Little Caesars Arena in Detroit. New Year's Day features a show in Syracuse, New York at the Upstate Medical Arena, and January 3rd the tour comes to the DCU Center in Worcester, Massachusetts. In addition to the 10 house show dates, the tour also includes regular stops for Raw and Smackdown, with Raw on December 29th at the Kia Center in Orlando, Florida, and Smackdown on January 2nd at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. This is WWE's first full domestic house show tour in a year. Noticeably absent from the scheduled events is an annual show on December 26 at Madison Square Garden, a regular tradition that began in 2009. Turning to Japan, WWE's live tour came to Japan yesterday. The show was mostly identical to the one presented Wednesday in Melbourne, Australia. The exceptions were Stephanie Vaquer defending her World Women's title successfully against Raquel Rodriguez instead of Roxanne Perez, and the absence of Ivar from the card. And a veteran Japanese referee is suspected to have been mauled to death by a bear, according to Asahi.com and other Japanese outlets. Katsumi Sasazaki, a retired referee who had worked matches for years with All Japan Women, 0-1, and most recently Marigold, was found dead yesterday. He was 60 years old. Sasazaki reportedly went missing on Thursday while working at a hot spring inn in Kitakami, Japan, with the apparent attack taking place while he was cleaning an outdoor bath area. Police discovered bloodstains, animal fur, and Sasazaki's glasses, slippers, and cleaning tools. A later search party discovered what was believed to be Sasazaki's body in a nearby wooded area. It was also confirmed that officials had killed the adult male Asiatic black bear believed to have been responsible for his death. Shared Marigold founder Rasi Ogawa, quote, "Such an end is unimaginable. It can only be described as deeply regrettable and heartbreaking. May he rest in peace," end quote. And before we leave you today, we'd like to remind you that however you consume your content, you can find the wrestling news 24 hours a day and 7 days a week across social media. On Twitter, follow us at Wrestling News AV. Our Facebook page is also Wrestling News AV. The Wrestling News can also be found on the Arcadian Vanguard YouTube page. And for those who utilize Amazon Echo devices, just tell Alexa to play the Wrestling News podcast. And remember to make sure you add podcast at the end. Once again, for daily updates, breaking news, and more, follow the Wrestling News across social media. And that's the news for today. If anything happens, we will be here to tell you about it. No clickbait, no paywall, just the Wrestling News. The Wrestling News is a division of Arcadian Vanguard, and the Wrestling Newscast is a production of the Arcadian Vanguard Podcast Network.